Sorry I'm late. Sorry, can I ask you this question? Sorry, can I have a minute of your time, please? Sorry to call you late. Are you a culprit of saying sorry like gazillion times in a moment? You are not alone. I can tell you that. I have been a big culprit of saying sorry nonstop, and I still sometimes I'm about to do it and then I catch myself, Neha, no, don't do it. There's really nothing to apologize. If you are one of the people that say sorry so many times and you almost feel like you are apologizing for existing, stop. All right, welcome back everyone. Welcome to Soft Rebuild, where we rebuild our lives softly, surely, strongly, more in the perspective of self-love. And saying sorry for existing is opposite to self-love. It is not self-love. So why do we say sorry so many times? I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's others like me who constantly say sorry. So number one is you don't want to get into conflict. It's an easy way to get out of the conflict. All right. This person is just not able to understand. Let's just say sorry and finish it off rather than communicating and saying, hey, let's just stop talking for the moment. We'll come back to it at a later time. And then instead of doing all that, instead of actually spending time discussing exactly what happened and how you can avoid that, I'm just saying if this was a conflict. I did this mistake a lot of times when I was married as well. Like sorry was so easy. Like you just say sorry and you almost felt like, okay, then that's done now. Like let's move on to the next thing. So that's number one. Number two is if someone feels like is of authority, right? So if it's a boss, even if you didn't make a mistake, you still say sorry. I don't know about others, but when I was married, husband was considered, like higher authority type thing. So sorry was easy, and sorry was like, he's elder than me, he's husband, so I should say sorry. Well, it's not going to happen anymore if I ever remarry. Number three is attachment needs. You love someone so much, you don't want to offend them. Even if they don't understand, you're like, my love is stronger than this thing. Let me just apologize and finish it off. Number four is social conditioning. I have experienced this firsthand. Please share with us in the comment section. It would be so nice to know what you have experienced growing up as well. So I remember my mum and even my grandfather used to say, the trees who actually bend are the ones who bear the fruit. Now I think back, I think from his perspective, it was more around humility. Whereas I recall my mum saying to me, just apologize and finish it off. This is what your grandfather used to say. But I think the explanation from generation has changed, right? And I don't know exactly. These are the stories we've listened to as we were growing up. My grandfather possibly was talking about humility, which my mum perhaps misunderstood, that it is okay to just apologize for anything because that kind of keeps peace in the family. So humility is very different to apologizing for something that you haven't really made a mistake. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to apologize. Sometimes we do have to, right? So continuing with the social conditioning, if you've grown up in an environment where it is okay to apologize for something that is not even your mistake, perhaps it's a time to relook at it, right? So some of the things that were okay 10 years ago is not okay now. The way we had our childhood, our children are having very different childhood now. So why should we say it is okay to use the same policy as like now as it was like a million years ago, right? So you can have the basic things, same your love, gratitude, and all those things. But apologizing constantly, it has a lot of negative effects. What it does is it shows low self-worth, again, which is opposite to self-love. It teaches others that you either don't have boundaries or your boundaries are very flexible, that you're always available for them. It impacts self-trust and builds quite resentment. Like you avoid then things. Like that's what would happen to me if I have to apologize for everything. It's like, seriously, I don't want to talk to this person. Everything I say goes in the wrong direction, then I end up apologizing. That's not the kind of friendships and relationships we want, right? Of course, I'm not suggesting that, you're always apologizing for something that you've not made a mistake. So it is okay to apologize when we truly made an error, when we truly hurt somebody, when we truly recognize that, okay, it was my mistake, I want to fix this. Then you say, hey, by the way, I would like to apologize. I think this is what has happened. Going forward, I'll do this. So let's just take an example. Let's just say you were with your child or with your partner and you were stressed about something and you raised your voice. And then you realize after that, damn, that's not the right way to, treat my child or my partner. And then you can go back and say, hey, I was really frustrated, really irritated due to work or whatever reason. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have raised my voice. Going forward, perhaps when I'm this frustrated, I will let you guys know that I need a bit of me time. That way this doesn't happen. So this is actually quite helpful. I do this all the time. I use the word hangry. I get hungry and angry a lot. I'm sure you guys might be similar. A lot of humans are like that. So it's a good idea to communicate. Coming back to our apology. So how do we change that? It's all well and good. I've talked about when it is okay and why is it not okay. Let's talk about how can we change the language so we are not apologizing. Let's just say if you were running late, you can call them, hey, by the way, looks like I'm running late. Don't have to apologize at that time. It is okay. Sometimes people do get late. And when you arrive there, you don't have to say, sorry, I'm very, very sorry I was late. You can just say, thank you so much for waiting. It's so nice of you. Just changing the way you speak. This was a common one that I did early on when I was employed, when I just come from India to Australia. It was my first job. And I used to say sorry so many times. Now I think, oh my gosh, I was like a sorry person. So every time I had to ask a question to my trainer, I would say, sorry, can I ask you a question? So instead, what you can do is, hey, I do have a quick question. Would you have a minute for me? Something along those lines. And if someone asks you to do something, instead of saying, I'm really sorry, I can't, what you can say, I won't be able to do it straight away, but I will probably find time for this later this week. And perhaps then, another instance that can happen is you want to share an idea and you're not confident. You're about to say, sorry, I have a dumb idea to share. Instead say, hey, I actually have a dumb idea I'd like to share. Like something along those lines. Just don't say sorry so many times. That's all we're trying to get to. So your job from here on to get into really strong self-love is anytime you find yourself saying sorry for something where you think, really didn't need to say sorry, just catch yourself in the moment, in your thoughts, and just say, no, I can reverse this. Like I can change this and start changing your language to avoid saying sorry so many times. So pledge with me, you will not say unnecessary sorries. Words are important. Let's make them positive and let's change the way we speak about ourselves. Let's get into strong self-love by not saying sorry for no mistake, right? I hope you found this useful and resonated with me. I would love to listen from you guys. What is it that you keep saying sorry for? And what have you changed? And what do you intend to change? On that note, thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here. Remember, you're not broken, you are becoming. You chose to pause, you chose to feel, you chose to rebuild. You are loved, you are seen, you matter. I believe in your rise and the soft power of healing on your own terms. So go inwards and rediscover the beauty that's been with you all along.